Guess who's back? Our hosts, Monette Cooper and Darnell Funches. And today on Edu Chat, we're continuing our two-part conversation on the Florida Christian School incident that took place back in August of this year. Fayetteville will soon be the home of a new Black-owned private school in North Carolina. Do you think this will take the city to new heights? Texas School District asked staffs to temporarily remove books that are not up to guidelines, including the Bible and an illustrated adaptation of Anne Frank's diary. We're sharing our thoughts. Then, another important conversation to have of a transgender teen who was a victim of a second brutal anti-LGBTQ attack. You don't want to miss it.
Season 8, The Educators with Monette Cooper, Andrew Fred, Damon Anderson, and me, Darnell Funches. The Educators start now.
Happy Wednesday, you all, and welcome to The Educators. We hope all of you guys are doing great wherever you are out there into the world. We have a great show in store for you guys on today, so let's just hop right into it, and let's welcome back Coach D and Ms. Cooper. They was out last week, so yes, we're great to have them back. And again, to Coach on your mother being awarded the Teacher of the Year. That's so great. How was it? If you would like to spill into that, how was it?
It was boring. No, it was good. It was good. It was a good vibe, man. Just being able to support her and be there for her, man. That's how it's always been in my life, just supporting others and making sure I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I had a back, man, and keep them going, bro. So that's what it was.
Yes. So you guys, let's hop right into our first topic, which is we're going to continue on our two-part conversation on the Florida Christian School incident that happened back in August of this year, you guys. And me and Andrew, we did part one of to this, and it's just my mind is still wrapping around to what is happening over there in Florida. So if you guys missed that part one conversation, here's a little recap of that conversation. Let me just break this down to you guys of what's happening. A religion school in Florida is doing the absolute most, you guys. They will refer to students, get this here, and I can't believe this here, by their sex assigned at birth, while students who are gay, transgender, or gender non-conforming, they will be asked to leave the school immediately. Why? Why is this school not welcoming all students?
My issue with that is, what is wrong with students being transgender or be homosexual? So by you not allowing students to be transgender or be part of the LGBTQ plus,
yes,
kind of confuses it kind of confuses me, because it's like, what happened to accepting every student, no matter what their background is?
If I was at that school, of course, I will leave. I will absolutely leave that place, because why would I stay at this school asking if you're gay, if you're transgender, you have to leave? I thought the purpose was to welcome all students. That's what I thought the purpose was. The mission is. Apparently not. And if you guys, teachers who are still at that school,
what are you doing there? What are you doing?
I don't support you guys. I don't support you,
because you realize that your principal,
you guys are continuing on with that problem because you're still there. So I want to, because Coach, you had a lot, that you wanted to add onto this. So I'm gonna just hand it over to you. Like, what did you think of to this here? Why it's a mess to me. So I'm gonna just hand it over to you. Andrew, you have anything else that you would like to add that you didn't last week before Coach dive in?
So number one, brand new microphone, so very social for this week. Decided to change up a little setup from last week. But yes, basically, I'm gonna just do a little recap. Last week, it kind of it's wrong, and it's kind of sickening, because again, those school is supposed to be for students are comfortable, right? So by you not letting in members of the LGBTQIA plus community is kind of like a question mark, right? So, and just like in the story that I read from last week, our girl had to switch schools because she was not feeling herself. She wasn't being comfortable. And if you're not comfortable with something, move on, just like that charter school down in Florida. I bet you many teachers there are not feeling comfortable of that policy. Because it's like, really? Because you're turning away kids. If you want to have kids in your school, you got to make sure that that policy is comfortable with the students so they can come into the school and learn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we are true. Yeah. And Coach, before you dive in, I just want to say this again because me and Andrew said this last week in this article of where it says that we are not a hateful group of people. We don't hate students who are of a particular, that just makes no sense to me. We are not a hateful group of people, and you don't hate please just stop. Go ahead, Coach. It's a mess because yes you are, in my opinion you are, because you're not accepting these students into your school, which is a Christian school. You guys should know better. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay. So everybody got everything they need to say. I'm finna go down the line. So pretty much you think it's hypocritical, right? That's pretty much what you're saying. Being hypocrites. I'm asking everybody this question, like pretty much being hypocrites, right? That's how you feel. Yeah, Christian schools, you got to understand something. And this is facts. I went to a Christian school. It's based off of Christian principles. You got to understand something too. These aren't young Christians. These are still elderly people that are still on the board. That had to have came from the big people in charge. Let me explain this to you. They're going by the book. So if they're going by the book, they're going by what it says in the Bible. Let's just put it out there. They're going by what it says in the Bible.
Yeah.
You know how they feel about that stuff in the Bible. Now, I'm not saying you neglect the child. I'm not saying none of that at all. Does it tick you off in a way? Yes. But for the older kids, y'all you gotta play a little devil's advocate for a little bit. If they've been going to that school for a long period of time, they pretty much know the rules and regulations of that school. If they decided that they wanted to come out, okay, that's one thing. But if they know when them guidelines that says, hey, you can't XYZ, then somehow, some way they got to abide by it, right? I'm not saying that be happy with who you are. I'm just saying you have to abide by what they're wanting to do, because those are certain circumstances that people from high up see. And they feel as though, okay, if we allow this group to come in, we're not based off of Christian principles. That's silly to me, right? I am a Christian. I love Jesus. Like I have no problem with that. I have never had a problem telling nobody I love God. But at the end of the day, there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. Now, you can do it one or two ways. You can say, okay, we understand what's going on, but still, as a Christian community, we have to accept. We have to accept it, and we have to help these kids truly find who they are. Because in all actuality, just like Ms. Cooper said, some of them are finding themselves, right? So as a leader, especially as a Christian leader, isn't your job to help guide those in the right direction? But yet, we want to make a big scene about this whole transgender, lesbians, all that stuff, because in all actuality, just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean I'm gonna be a lesbian for the rest of my life. And just because I'm a lesbian doesn't necessarily mean that I'm doing what lesbians do. So basically what you're telling them is you've already prejudged them. You've prejudged them, and so therefore we're going to make this right here be known because we want to make a point. I can guarantee it came from the top. It came from the top. It came from everybody that's part of that Christian school district. It came from them because they don't want to accept it. They don't want to have nothing to do with them. You got to understand what I'm going to say. Kick them out, bring real Christians in, and we're good to go. Because if we get rid of them, it makes us look good. And it actually doesn't, though, because that's still being judgmental. You kick them out, the LGBTQIA, that's a huge community. In case people haven't forgot, they protect their own. Regardless of how you may feel about them, they'll come up with a way to boycott. Oh, they will. Oh, they will. They will boycott, whether they want to believe it or not. A Christian school is supposed to be a place to where you learn about God. Why? Because you can't learn about God in public school. A Christian school is not meant to be judged. They don't judge in public school. They got everybody in the public school. Even with that goddamn thing that I seen about the transgender getting beat up, that pissed me off. So the same way I felt about that video is the same way I feel about this. How can you call yourself a Christian, but yet you're being judgmental? You don't judge people. That's not what this life is about. And especially children, teenagers, it doesn't matter who they are. You don't judge them based off of what they are, what they like, whatever the case may be. All because it came from the top? All because it came from the top. And half of these Christian schools, they're going to start sinking down because they're now understanding that most of these people are going to start coming out the closet. And I can definitely tell you a resource that's going to definitely start showing, it's going to be sports. Why? Because a lot of girls on basketball teams aren't really girls. They're dykes. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not girls, but you're going to mistreat them because they like the same sex. I coach basketball. I know this for a fact. Same thing with young men. Oh, because they're feminine, now you're going to assume that they're gay. Not all feminine men are gay. They're not. They're just feminine. That's just how they roll. That don't make them gay. But yeah, you're going to put a stamp on them and you're going to say, this is who they are. And we're supposed to be quiet about this. We're not supposed to feel some type of way about this. I know what the Bible says. The Bible says, judge and be not judged.
Right.
Now, Christ, let's be real. Christ didn't put men and women and women. Yeah, I get that part. That part I truly understand. But what I'm saying is, as a Christian, aren't you supposed to lead by example? As a Christian, aren't you supposed to open up the door and say, all right, I see something going on. We're going to have a talk. It's called privacy. It's called confidentiality. So if I walk up to Andrew right now and say, Mr. Coach Fred, I'm one of your star basketball players. I like men. And he's at a Christian school. Like men. I'm confused right now. A, is my coach going to say, all right, this is serious? Or is he going to be, oh, this is serious? Well, I'm going to go tell it to the people because now I can just get you out because I don't want to have to deal with it. I would pray he chooses A. Why? Because he'll sit me down and say, son, that's not who God created you to be. He didn't create you to be like that. What is it that you need me to do? Or do you need me to mentor you? Do you need me to show you? So guess what I can do now with Coach Andrew? I can open up my story and say, Coach, I've been around women all my life. All my life. I never had a father figure. There are certain people in my neighborhood who I've grown attracted to, and they feel that that is okay. And so because now I've adapted to my environment, I feel that that's okay. And what Coach Andrew is supposed to do is say, all right, we're going to take this step by step. He may not can't take it all, but even if he helps show me what it is to be a man, he's done his job. And you know what else he didn't do? He didn't judge me. He didn't take it to the principal. He handled it on his own. I don't have a problem with gay people. Never have. I got gay friends myself. I don't have problems with them. Some of the sweetest people you can meet. But yet, they're being ridiculed and they're being judged because of who they are? Nah, yo. Nah. Hell no. No. It's wrong. It's wrong. And as parents, you all need to step up and say, hey, wait, hold on now. That ain't culture. That ain't right. If you're gonna base it off the principles, then you need to establish that, hey, there are gonna be some new rules going on in the school. Not saying you can't be who you are, but there are certain things that are allowed in public schools that we will not allow in our school, in our Christian school. You think people wouldn't be okay with that? It's going to take some time to adjust, right? But guess what they didn't do? They didn't kick them out. They didn't put them on the spot. They put these kids on the spot. Look at what it said. We're going to acknowledge X, Y, Z. Oh, but this grew right here? No. Hell no. We're not going to acknowledge y'all. Private school is this, right? So go ahead and kick them out. I guarantee that the flow of money that you was getting, you won't be getting that flow no more. You won't, because nobody's going to want to deal with you. So then what happens next? You know what's going to happen next, right? Well, since they don't want to accept them, then somebody is going to probably get that great idea and say, we just open up a private school for ourselves. Now what happens? The LGBTQ, everybody going to transition because they support. They're going to transition. Now what happens? Other Christians like, whoa, hold on. Straight Christians too. Like, yo, I may need to go over there because they ain't judgmental over there. So if they judgmental to them, I wonder what they think about me. I wonder what they think about them. Just because you didn't say it. Because it go with color too. They only want the black people over there because they play sports. It's God honest truth. That's why we get scholarships to go to private schools. So, from the recap of last week, you're darn skippy. I'm not even mad how y'all felt about it because it was dead behind wrong. You're being hypocritical. You're being a hypocrite. It's straight up. I don't care who like it. I don't care who don't like it. Like at the end of the day, you can write every comment you want to write on this, but at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong, and you being judgmental solves what? Helps who? Because this world is already a judgmental place as it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can't even be a I'm okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish, Coach. Finish.
You can't even be a transgender and be safe no more. Because you're a target now. So the same way they target those kids in them Christian schools is the same way that they're targeting these transgender people too. These people got feelings. They're transgender, so what? So what? That's their life. They're going to have to answer to that. You are not going to have to answer to that. And you're not going to have to answer that. You're going to have to answer to it. And what you all are doing at the Christian schools, y'all are going to have to answer to it too. Because it says, do not judge. And if you ain't never did sin, please throw the first stone. Please send the first comment. Send the first comment if you ain't never sinned. If you so perfect, when the episode posts, send a comment. Since you perfect, send a comment. Say how you feel. Because believe me, I got all day. And I ain't even going to be nasty to you. These two young men right here, y'all ain't even got to answer to them. Y'all answer to me on this one. Answer to me. I'm going to be the head honcho on this one right here. Answer to me. Put my name in the comment. Because I'll tell you how I really feel. And then I'll show you who really ignorant. I ain't in no tie. I ain't in no button down. I'm in my auntie apparel, and I'm not going to hush my mouth because you all know what you are doing is wrong. And you're trying to get rid of people who probably don't even bother y'all. They probably come to school, do what they need to do, and go on about their business. I bet you half of them probably on the honor roll too. And I bet you they're accepted by their peers, those who are real religious folks. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Those who are real Christians.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like that. They've accepted. I have somebody in my family, I'm not going to say no names because I protect privacy. They're gay. They're gay. I have to accept that. But they have to answer to that. But I still love them as the gender they are. I don't see who they want to be. I love them for who they are. I know what God raised them to be. Yes. But at the end of the day, I don't throw shade. I don't throw salt at them. So as I said before, if you got a problem and you want to send a comment, please send it my way. And I'll be so happy to talk to you about it because at the end of the day, y'all don't get enough of judging people and acting like people are beneath you. Oh, I'm back. And they told y'all last week that I was coming back. They already told y'all I was going to come bring this flame. I'm here now.
This is the thing. Seriously, thank you, Coach, for that. Andrew, I saw that you was trying to make a comment. This is just, I don't know when we, as Americans, like I said last week, when are we going to finally wake up and just accept it? I mean, because this is the, I'm not going to go in because I did it last week. I just don't understand why can't, I don't care, who you are, what school you go to. Why can't we just accept all students? I just don't get that. To me, I don't get that. And I don't know, is there a right answer to that? But why can't we just do that? It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. It just doesn't. Andrew, you have something you'd like to say?
I'm gonna just say this right here because it doesn't make no sense to me. The reason is it's like they jealous of something. They're jealous. Because of why? Why are you jealous? You're your own person. You're your own story. You're your own character. Everybody has their own character. Everybody has their own value. So by you picking on them, what are you trying to gain from that? Are you trying to gain to put them down because they're transgender or because they're gay? What's the reasoning behind that? Because they're a person, correct? They have the same value, correct? They have the same character, correct? So why are you picking on them? Just because they look different, just because they act different doesn't mean anything. It's just who they are. That's their personality. If you don't like their personality, too bad, too sad. Cry me a river.
Yeah. Cry the whole goddamn river, bro. Just cry the whole goddamn thing.
No, cry me at the Gulf of Mexico. Okay.
All
right.
Don't make no sense. And I don't even use this type of language, but at some point I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it's for the birds. Right. But I will be professional in a manner of, because I know we have other educators and people, even children who watch this. So I'm very mindful. Yeah. But at the end of the day, no.
Yeah.
And if you look up the definition of gay, it honestly means happy.
Right.
So if they're gay,
they're happy.
They're happy. And it's mighty funny how, it's funny, bro, because I had a conversation too. It's mighty funny how they want to point that community out. And you always remember back when we went to school, there was always that one person who wore black and they swore they worshiped the devil.
Yes.
Because they wore all black don't mean they worship the devil. That's just what they like. They're gothic. Who cares? Like, are they bothering you? Because you know what happens after that? Shootings. You know why those shootings happen? Because they've been bullied and they've been pushed out. Now, the right person, transgender, gay, whoever it is, decides, okay, well, since you don't want me here, I might as well just go ahead and shoot up everybody. Then what happens now? See, we don't think about that. We don't want to ask those questions. Why do you think school shootings happen? Because those kids have been bullied. Those kids are sick and tired of being hurt. And now they got to make a statement. Not that you want to make a statement in a way that massacres people. Well, what's the only way I can get your attention? Don't nobody want that no more. It's been too much of that going on anyway. Accept these people. Are they bothering you? Are they bothering you?
If not, then leave me alone.
And be happy. Help them. You can't change everybody. That's a true statement. You can't.
Yeah.
But the ones that you can reach, they ready to listen. Right, listen.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks so much for, really, just we appreciate you. We sure do. So we're going to, so we have to take a quick break, you guys, but we'll be right back with more of the educators. So stay right there. We'll be right back, you guys. Welcome back, you guys, to The Educator. So let's hop right back into some topics, you guys. Andrew, I believe you have our next topic for us. Black-owned private school opening up in your neck of the woods in North Carolina. So tell us all about that.
I'm not ready to share that yet, but can we go to
Yes, totally fine. All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about, and I know you guys probably seen this, but with the banning of the books. But what I have seen, you guys, in Texas, a Texas school district is removing and reviewing dozens of challenged books, including the Bible and an adaptation illustration of Anne Frank's diary. So I'ma just open the floor to Coach. With this whole banning of the books, do you think into our classroom, do you think that is necessary of why they are, removing certain books because if to me, in my opinion, I may not be right, this is just my view, you guys, if you're going to remove these kind of books into your schools, your students, they're not going to learn, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna just Coach, what do you think? Banning the books in schools. Are you down for it? Are you against it?
Well, this is just one of those Saturdays today, huh? It just seems like it's just one of them Saturdays.
Yeah.
First of all, you never had the Bibles in the school. That's the first thing. You never had Bibles in the school. Fellowship of Christian Athletes, that is the only Christian organization, and that's for sports. They can really bring their Bibles to the school. For real. And if you do have people that bring their Bibles to the school, you can't stop them from doing that because people want to pray and feel safe. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to tell you a lot of things in the Bible aren't accurate, and then people are going to say they are accurate. That conversation has been going on forever and ever. But what we can say is you can't ban the Bible because the Bible was never in school. That's why people go to Christian schools, because they want to learn more about Christ, right? As well as learning about, you know what I'm saying, their history, English, you know, and things like that. Like, we get that part.
Yeah.
But what the heck does Anne Frank have to do with it? Like, Anne Frank, that lady did some stuff. That little girl did some stuff.
Yeah.
Why would you want to take her? Heck, you already don't teach the history. Take that out.
True.
Take the history books out. Don't take math. Don't take English. Just take the history books out, because all that in there, that's a bold-faced lie.
Bunch of garbage.
That's a bold-faced lie. Take that book out. You can't ban a Bible which hasn't never been in public school. So stop all the foolery with that. And Anne Frank is very inspirational. Why would you want to take that out? So y'all wait all the way to the year 2022 to decide. All of a sudden, today, this week, we had a meeting saying, yeah, we're going to go through every book. We got to revamp some stuff. Y'all understand that y'all haven't been using books since I've been in high school? I think my generation was the last generation to use books and lockers, because everything else goes in your, well, Andrew and Damien, if y'all use lockers and things like that, then I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is, okay, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all remember how it was when we put our books in the locker, but they don't do that no more, because everything technology, what I'm saying. But we were, and I can say that we were the last generation to actually know what it felt like to go to school. You be happy to go to the lockers and things like that. They banning those books then. You had that thick behind biology book that was about that thick. Your English book was about that thick. Your math on whatever you was taking, depending on what you was taking, was about. And then the history books, they always was thick. World history, U.S. government, all that, all lies. Take the history books out. Take the history books out. Oh, y'all flip some stuff in them history books. But like I said, that's another conversation for another day. But as I told D, you can't ban the Bible because you put the Bible in there. If you can for me, Damien, right quick, bro.
Okay.
Give me pull up Anne Frank and tell the people what Anne Frank did, and then I comment based on what you read. That way people can understand about Anne Frank.
While he's doing that, I'm going to share some titles that were banned.
Okay.
So first and foremost is the book called 1984 by George Orwell. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Sling. I might pronounce his name wrong. Apologies, or her. Apologies. Maya Angelou, I Know What a Caged Bird Sings. That's banned. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Of Mice and Men. Of John Steinbeck. Did that in class in high school. The Great Gatsby. It's also banned.
Wow.
Yeah, loved Great Gatsby.
Wow.
Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Woman, the definite edition. Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. So that's just a few of the books that were banned. Damien might remember this title, or either your kids has read it. The Adventures of Captain Underpants. That was a classic. Yeah, that is also banned.
Whoa. Hold the heck on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants is banned?
Yes, sir.
For what?
It says the series overall was challenged for encouraging disruptive behavior, while Captain Underpants and Sensational Saga of Sir Sing-a-Lot was challenged for featuring a same-sex married couple.
Pause. Okay, we ain't even gonna talk about the same. Okay, that's for another day. Captain Underpants is one of them books of imagination.
Yes.
Kid was imagining that he was a superhero.
Classic. Classic.
Okay, can I just say something right quick,
Mhm.
Andrew?
Mhm.
The meaning of for to kill him, why the caged bird scene was because it represents any restriction
Mhm.
that an individual might have in his or her life. In this metaphor, Angelou is the bird that keeps singing for her freedom from oppression and abuse, no matter the bars that restrict her. So you take this book out because this book right here represents those who are going through things,
Mhm.
whether it's depression,
Mhm.
mental, physical. You take this book out, not understanding that our kids commit suicide every day because they go through this. Then you take out Captain Underpants because it's an imaginary kid who wants to be a superhero.
Mhm.
I've read my daughter read that book. She read both of them, and she's on the third one. I didn't find nothing inappropriate about it. And if they did have something about that, that's fine. If you ask me a question about it, I can fix that part. But we're talking about imagination, as in the words of SpongeBob, imagination. Like it's a children's book
Mhm.
about being a super. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Here's another one. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you're gonna get so upset. Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling was banned because hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. It was banned because forbidden from discussion to referring to magic and witchcraft for containing actually cursed and spells and for characters that use nefarious meanings to attain goals. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Andrew, Damon, just right quick, bro. The witchcraft part, I can all agree to that part, right? Can't we can all agree to that, right? Because that's a whole nother level of stuff. But if people want to do magic, which we all know is fake, that shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be an issue. The witchcraft part, okay, I can understand. Because the movie wasn't always about witchcraft anyway. You understand what I'm saying? It was like Harry Potter. The man was trying to fight your boy. Like, we all know how the concept went. The movie wasn't the same as the book. But you, okay, go ahead, Andrew.
Everybody knows Charlotte's Web.
Really? Y'all know
What?
Charlotte's Web? Really?
So similar to Winnie the Pooh, the book was banned in Kansas. So I don't know about here in North Carolina, or in Texas or in Tennessee. I don't know about other states, but Charlotte Webs is banned in Kansas because talking animals are considered an insult to God.
Talking animals
Um,
considered an insult to
Yeah.
God. Talking animals are considered an insult to God. And they're banning that because they.
Oh no, I got another one for you. So everybody know Charlie and Chocolate Factory, the movie and the book, right?
yeah.
Well, in Colorado, it was banned because it embraced a poor philosophy of life. Additionally, since its publication in 1964, the book was under fire for comparing the Oompa Loompas to Africans. The character's descriptions were later changed in an edited version in 1988.
The Oompa Loompas was considered to.
This is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this like piss me off Saturday? Or because tonight has really been
Very much.
crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Let's see if I can find any books to make you mad even more. Oh, Daniel, do you have any? Did
Hit me up
Anne
with
Frank?
Killing Mockingbird.
What, Coach?
The Killing Mockingbird, was you able to get a little bit of, I mean, the Anne Frank, I'm sorry. Was you able to get a little piece of detail?
Okay, well, here's what I found um of her, the young diarist. This here in her writing, and Frank, she examined her relationships with the members of her family and the strong difference in each of her personality. She was closest emotionally to her father.
Mhm.
Who later said, I got on better with Anne than with Margaret, who was more attracted to her mother. And the reason for that may have been that Margaret, she rarely showed her feelings and did not need as much support because she did not suffer from mood swings as much as Anne did. Then you have the sisters. They form a closer relationship than had existed before they went into hiding. And although Anne Frank, she sometimes expressed jealousy toward her sister and also with members of the household of her family who criticized Anne for lacking her sister's gentle nature of whatever was going on during that time. And then as Anne Frank, she matured, her sisters were able to confide in each other. And then in her entry of 12, on January 12, 1944, Anne Frank wrote that Margaret is much nicer. She is not nearly so catty these days, and Anne is becoming a real friend. She's no longer thinks of me as a little baby who doesn't count. So that's what I found on that right there. I don't know that that quite helped, but it is, yeah. All right.
So pretty much that book, no, pretty much that book is pretty much
Yeah.
stating what children would normally go through in the household.
Yeah.
That's what it that's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Mhm.
And I'm not even mad about that. Like, but that book could help somebody who's probably going through one of them scenarios in their household. Like,
True.
um, it says that that book expresses her hopes and aspirations for the future,
Yeah.
which were never to be realized.
Mm-hmm.
How many children do we know go through this?
A lot.
So for you to take this out, because I like what it said right here, that book teaches us at somewhat how to enjoy even the smallest bits of life, like the sun or the sounds of the birds, a sound that I particularly have found quite annoying. So she found everything in that house. She found something lovable about it, regardless of the fact
Yeah.
what she went through.
Again, like I said, it's ridiculous. It's just it's the world that we're living in, sadly. So you guys, we're gonna have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of the educators right after this. Stay right there. And welcome back to the educators. So let's dive into more topics, you guys, shall we? Now, Andrew, are you ready for our next topic of yours, the Black-owned private school in North Carolina?
All right. We'll go to the light note on today.
Yes.
So in my neck of the woods in North Carolina, North Kakalaki, Fayetteville has a new home of a Black-owned private school. School's founder said his team goal is to develop a group of full of authenticity to new heights. The founder of Genesis Christian School, Trayvon McNeil, said it has come from humble beginnings. 3 years ago, it was a summer camp with 15 kids. then later a daycare center. When parents started asking them to expand to a school, McNeil said his team was all in. This is what he said, quote, I have a group of people who see like I see, and I think that's what makes the difference for a visionary, end quote. The daycare center fresh opened on Coverdale Road just before the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. McNeil said it has been a challenge, but meeting the need of reliable childcare keep him motivated. A parent said a lot of daycares don't go the extra mile like they do. The child is enrolled in the Genesis Christian since the first day as a summer camp. As military parents who are out of the state, the parents said trust has been privileged to the relationship with the Genesis Christian team. The parents said they immediately reach out to us and let us know what's going on, so it doesn't feel like we're missing out of her child's life with her being in childhood every day. This school year, or right now, Genesis Christian will lead classes from kindergarten to second grade with up to 15 children. Admin are preparing for, well, the grand opening has already passed, but McNeil wants Fayetteville unserved families to know that they can find affordable private education right in their community. So, and it's been open. Today is October 5th, so it's been open for a month and 4 days. But yeah, first ever private owned private school.
That's good. That's good for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, that's good for the culture. A lot of private schools, and I don't think it's a lot of them in Fayetteville, but for our culture, that's good. And you starting them off as babies, so you're planting the roots. I'm sorry, you're planting the seeds to grow the roots, so that those roots can become stronger. So that's a good look. And if he's smart, you do K through 2 now, and then next year you do K through 3. You just have it grow. You have it grow. You have it grow. And you said affordable. That's a good word. That's the verb. That's what's showing action. Affordable. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right step.
So here's my question to you. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna eat it right in front of y'all.
You're fine, Andrew.
Do you think there should be more? Well, obviously it's gonna be yes. But do you think? I want to hear y'all opinions, your thoughts on that. Do you think there should be more Black-owned, like businesses in America?
businesses, yes. Schools, no. Only because if you really don't have a passion for children, don't sit up here and open up no school just because you want the clout for it.
Yep.
Black-owned businesses, yes.
We need more of that.
We do. But playing with a child's education, no. Because everybody ain't meant to open up no school. And it's the truth. Just like everybody ain't meant to have their own clothing line. It may be something else they need to do. But at the end of the day, that business helps other Black businesses grow. And now we can have now we can really have a real Black Wall Street where everything comes together. But you can't do that if you don't have a passion to teach kids. Can't. I give you one school now who just, I really feel like they really don't care about kids. They just want to put all them goddamn schools around just to say they did it. And that's Kip. I don't even fool with Kip. Because Kip, first of all, they do their teachers wrong. It's like they can't have no life. Like they go to work from 8 to like 5:30, bro. And if things aren't accurate, then they have to stay extra hours. And then half of those kids that came from the schools that closed down. So you already know what that means. If they came from a school that closed down, that means that school was an F. But you bring them to your school, just say you got the numbers. But in all actuality, you know you really don't want them there. Now we can bleep out Kip, that's fine. Because I don't want no problems. But what I'm saying is you can't just decide you want to open up a school in the middle of the hood just to say you did it and there's no growth of learning there. But I do believe we need more Black businesses though.
I like how you said you gotta show proof. As a SPED, as the not department of Fed, but as somebody working in the SPED department, we love to use this word a lot. A lot. And that word is data. Okay.
I love that word.
We love that word. Hey, I noticed that Johnny is acting up in your class. Do you have data to support that? Do you have it on a sticky note? Do you have data to support that? So basically what coach is saying in SPED terms is you got to make sure that you have data to support. Okay? If you're just opening a school because for the cloud, then what you doing? Okay. If you're really passionate about a child's education, you gotta have data for that. Just like McNeil. First, he started off as a daycare. He has enough data to be like, we should really grow into a summer school. So he did that, right? Right. He had data again from summer school. He had data from the parents, from the admin, was like, you know what? Let's do a private school. Let's do something that we have never ever done. And it's to open up a private school. So they have done that. So they're at the peak. They're only serving K-2, but like Coach said, he could go to K-3, K-4, K-5. But in order to do that, he has to show data.
Bingo. Good and bad. Make sure you let that be known too. Whether it's good or bad, you still have to show the data. Because that's how you continue to grow. That's how you continue to get students.
If your first report card was an F,
that's okay.
That's okay. That's data. There you go. All right. So what went wrong? How can we fix this to a D? Realize I said D, not an A.
Right.
Realize I said that because how you gonna jump from an F your first year to an A the second year? It don't make any sense.
Well, depends.
Okay.
Depends. Because if you do the necessary things that you need to do to get the percentage up to where it needs to be, you may not jump from an F to an A, but you can jump from an F to a C. Think about it like that. If I'm doing bad in class, but I do what I need to do, I can make this 54% go up to at least a 75%. If I get that 75%, that's a C. Now I know what I need to do next year to jump from this 75 and get to like an 80. That makes sense what I'm saying? But you're right. And if you did jump from an F to an A, that's because you put in the time and put in the work. But also, too, people do love to lie on data. And it has been proven.
Yes.
There are some places out there whose schools were like, but that's been an F school for the entirety. And just all of a sudden now, it just this particular school year, that mother jumped from an F to an A, that a lying. And that's when people get suspicious. And then what happens? Assessments. Because now we have to do the assessment, and the assessment is going to show that your data was a lie. So if he does the thing right, by making sure those roots are strong, then that data should be able to be very consistent each year he opens up a new grade. That's why I said it's possible from an F to a C. You know, we don't always agree on everything, but at the end of the day, we can come together to say, hey, the bigger picture is this and X, Y, Z. But if you continue to do trash and garbage in your school, you ain't gonna grow. That's why these schools be F's so much. They're not wanting to do anything. Don't even use the word trying. I can't stand what educators say. Well, you're not trying nothing. Because if you were trying, your school wouldn't have been no F for the 5th consecutive year. But that don't go to the teacher. That goes to the principal.
Really going on.
That goes to the principal, and they have to hear it. I know we're on time, though. Go ahead.
I got nothing to add to you guys because you guys pretty much. I just. I want us quickly, well, not quickly because I know we need to take time onto this, but here's another for us important conversation to have. You guys, I sent you guys this of a trans teen who was a victim of a anti-LGBTQ assault for the second time. So a transgender teen in Florida, who made headlines last.
What?
Yeah, everything. And so,
What's going on down there?
Don't get me the line. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Who made headlines last year after she was brutally attacked in school has been attacked once again and for a second time, which was caught on video. And we will not be showing you guys that video, but if you guys want to go ahead and search for it, go ahead, but we will not be showing that onto the show. So she heard a knock on her door and she thought it was friends inviting her out, but the group was anything but friendly. She says after leaving home, the group assaulted her without warning. And one of the attackers said they came behind me and jumped her. Don't come around me with that gay ass. It is really okay. And she has endured 2 beatings in just over a year, you guys. The video of the first attack, it appeared on the internet back in May of 2021 after being bullied by classmates at her middle school. Now, in that video, she was in 6th grade. She was walking when an older teen grabbed her from behind and slammed her to the ground. And there's a video of that too that we will not be showing. So several high-profile people voiced outrage over this, including Beyonce's mother. And she said this in a post: my God, why is the world filled with so much hate? Stop the hate. Stop the violence against each other. We are all of God's children, no matter what you call your higher power. We all have the right to coexist. I am praying every day for peace. So, I'm opening up the floor. Your guys' thoughts, Coach. It's. What do you think? Or Andrew. I see you thinking of her.
This is their second, right?
Yeah, second
Okay.
time. Second
So
time this
do we
happened.
know? Okay, let me ask this question: do we know the reasoning behind it, or they're just doing this for, oh, they're transgender?
Let me.
Yeah.
Do we know the reasoning behind it or what?
I would say
Okay.
that. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay, hold on. I'm with you, Andrew, but I gotta ask this though, since the reason.
Yeah.
So is it a girl turned into a boy? Was it a boy turned into a girl?
A girl turned into a boy.
So she's still a girl. She
Yes.
has the necessities of a woman. She just wants to
Yes.
be a boy.
Right.
All right, check this out. How would you like it if that was your sister or brother, and I came and knocked on your goddamn door, and I just hit them in their goddamn face and body slapped them on the floor? How would you like it? You wouldn't like that so much. And you know you would, because some of y'all out here be acting like y'all big dogs and you really know you not. Y'all took this lady who probably ain't even bothering y'all,
Exactly. Exactly.
manipulated her into believing that you all were cool with her, and you attacked that girl for no reason. Then it went viral,
Mm-hmm.
but y'all think that stuff cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha. Guess what? She got bruises.
We live in a world where people don't forgive. That's sad.
That
That
is.
girl was to retaliate. Then everybody want to be screaming she's a murderer and blah blah blah. Because if that girl would have had like a knife or something, she had every right to defend herself.
Yep.
That means it would have been a lot of blood from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you gonna say? Oh my God, she just stabbed me for no reason. No, she didn't. Y'all came and got that girl from her house, pretending to be her friend, and you assaulted her. So she had every right to defend herself. Y'all are cowards. That's a coward move. That child was defenseless. And then the people who just sat there and watched, I have a problem with y'all too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Some
He didn't even
students.
try to do nothing. I don't care. You can call me a transgender lover. I don't care. But if it's gonna make sure that nothing happen to her, then I'd be a transgender lover. But guess who I know you ain't gonna mess with? You ain't gonna mess with me. Because you ain't built like that. And since I know you ain't gonna mess with me, you ain't gonna mess with her. And you're right. I know the question probably bad, but you're not around her 24/7. That is true. But I can darn sure do something to protect you so you won't let that happen again. That's
Mhm.
coward, man.
It is.
That's like jumping somebody when you fight. That just shows you can't fight. Take your L like a man or a woman and go on about your business. Nah, we can't do that. I'm gonna call my cousin up here. Why? Y'all are wrong for what y'all did. It ain't no sugarcoating.
No.
I ain't feeling sorry.
No.
If that was my child, all y'all be in jail.
Yeah, me too as well. Yeah.
I don't. Do I like seeing our people and other races in jail? No, I don't. But that there, oh, you would have been taught a lesson that day. Well, Coach, do you want to press charges? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And here's the thing: even if I didn't fully go with it, I got your attention now. I got your attention now because when you hear the word, "Do you want to press charge?" and that person says, "Yeah," all of a sudden, what happens? What happens, Andrew and Damon? No, sir. No, sir. Please, no.
Please,
No, sir. Please, nothing.
Too late for that now.
We're just messing with her.
When she was telling you to stop, when she was telling you to get off her, you weren't pleasing in. So don't please not. Go in there. Go into the detention center with some real hardcore thugs at. It's coward, man. This world, there's some cowards out here, yo. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Y'all cowards.
Listen.
Instead of voicing your opinion in a timely manner, voicing your opinion in a professional manner, voicing your opinion in a manner that is respectable to others, we want to be cowards.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Listen. I agree with everything what Coach is saying because Why are you attacking this person? Is it because she's living her own lifestyle and you can't have that lifestyle? Are you jealous? Because it seems like you are. Oh, she got everything. She got everything going on. Okay, but why you can't? But what's going on with you? Why are you jealous of this person? Why are you jealous? Why are you attacking them for?
Oh, say it loud, and the people in the back to hear that.
Oh, hold on. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back because I don't think they can hear me clearly. Okay. So why? ¿Por qué are you jealous of them for? Plus, I throw a little bit of Spanish in there. Okay. I didn't say the whole thing in Spanish. I just throw a little bit in there. Okay.
Ask this question: have y'all tried anybody else that was transgender, or do you just decide to try the ones that you may think is weak? Let's ask that question, because that's what we do in school when we bully people. See, we know who not to talk to in bullying, so we just find the weakest link. And as I said in this episode earlier, this is how problems occur in schools.
Mm-hmm. They pick on the weak person because they think they quiet. Look, listen. You know the saying, "Quiet ones does the most damage." Don't mess with the quiet.
What if this girl would have retaliated and brought a weapon to that school? Do y'all even think of this type of stuff? Do y'all even think of the consequences that may can happen because you're messing with somebody that you don't even know?
You don't even know that story. At that. Don't know what they're going through.
That girl could have committed suicide all because of y'all food.
Yeah.
Or let's go to another route. They could have showed up to school.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's I just didn't want to say it. That's why I say it. And these are why events happen in school. Because it's right here. Or she could have stabbed you. She could have, oh, I know all y'all stay. I'm gonna go to y'all house and knock on the door. And I'm gonna go to the next person's house. Yeah. And I'm gonna go to the next person's house. And you know what they're gonna say, Andrew? She just attacked my child for no reason. Oh no, baby.
No, watch. My response will be, I wonder why.
You see this? This is her house. You see these group of kids? Your child seems to be in that. No, I don't condone that, but I don't condone you going over to beat up a child who ain't even bothering you either. Look at both of the pictures now before you assume that your child was just a victim of something just cause. No, you weren't a victim of something just cause. Y'all assaulted that girl or man or whatever she wants to be. You assaulted her for no freaking reason. Well, let that be in my house. You ain't had to assault nobody. Because you would have saw in the headlines, coach hurts all children that hurt his child. You saw that on the headline. I'd have been that parent. I'm going to go to jail for mine. I'm going to jail for mine. But guess what the judge going to say? Can't press no charges against coach. Y'all were on his property, attacked his child. That man did what he had to do. I didn't say I was going to shoot, stab. I said I'm going to fight. Whatever bruises come on me, because I'm fighting for my child.
Self-defense. There you go.
So I don't want people to get that twisted, because, you know, we like to twist things around. Fight for mine with these. Not with this, with these. Y'all gonna get enough. It don't matter if it's LGBTQIA. It don't matter if it's straight people, don't matter who it is. Y'all gonna get enough of messing with people because y'all think they weak. Y'all gonna get enough.
All right, y'all. Quiet ones does so much damage. Quiet ones does so much damage. You can hoop and holler all you want to. But listen, you see that kid right there? That's all quiet. Yeah, he's playing chess. Wrong move. It done
Got
for.
Yeah, checkmate.
Checkmate. While you over there playing checkers, they're playing. While you playing chess. Well, hold on. Sorry, let me scratch that. While you playing chess, they playing checkers. And when they come up to your house, checkmate. You keep on messing with me, keep on pushing that button, it's done for.
You don't know what people go through.
Nope.
You don't know what people go through. And they get enough anger in them.
It's done
It's
for.
hard. It's hard to stop that. What me, Andrew, and Damien look like? We teach in our class, and that same young lady you mess with is officers that had enough and commits to whooping your tail.
See, I teach behavior. So if I were in this case, we'll figure out why they reacted to this way. Like, what strategies can we use to de-escalate the situation?
Right.
You know, the zones of regulation.
Yeah.
So I would, while Coach and Damon will talk to them to kind of calm down. This is what that bit, you know, this is the spin. They'll call me like, hey, yo, Coach. I know you teach a behavior class right now, but we need your expertise. You're an expert in behavior, so I need you to talk to them real quick. I'm like, sure. That's my bread and butter.
You ain't gonna have to come up with something, bro. Gonna have to. Because you can't isolate them.
No.
They have to stay in that general population of the school. You can't isolate them.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're done.
Because
We're done. I'm sorry. We're done.
No, y'all are okay. It's just sad to me. It really is. It's just ridiculous. It really is. So you guys, another quick break, and then we will be back to wrap up our show for today. So they're right there.
Love watching The Educators? You can be a part of our conversations too. The Educator is active on social media. Like us on Facebook. And be a part of our conversations by telling us what you think. Follow us on Instagram for behind the scenes content of our show. And follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. You keep the conversation going, so get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators.
Welcome back, you all, to The Educators. So what a very interesting show on today is, this show right here, it's been a lot. So, Coach, because Andrew, we don't have time for your segment, What Do We Learn? So I'm gonna hand it over to Coach. You introduced this on our first episode of your worth is not predicted on whether or not others can recognize it in you. So would you like to elaborate on to that for us?
just know your worth. That's just point blank and simple. Know your worth. Don't let people tell you your worth, because you know who you are and you know what you're worth. And with that being said, You believe while others are doubting. You plan while others are playing. You study while others are sleeping, but you persist while others are quitting. Marinate on that tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks so much for that, Coach. And you guys, I forgot to mention at the top of the show that today is actually World Teachers Day. So to all the teachers out there, we appreciate all of you guys. We see you. You guys matter. And you guys, yes, we are here for you guys. We are here for you guys. That's why we have this show, is to help you guys, with the tools and the resources that we possibly can, you guys. So we see you and we appreciate you guys. So that is our show for today. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, so we will see you guys next time right here on The Educator. So until then, you guys, take care of yourself and be blessed. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.